welcome to another RodzSquad Retro Reviews. It's been really busy last few weeks, and pretty much between now and the end of the year, it's going to be really busy with work. We have a lot of projects going on there. So as far as the videos that we want to put out there, they'll be coming in sparse, whatever the word you want.
Sporadically.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm a little lost there. But what we'd like to do in this video right here is just show what we just recently had acquired and added to the RodzSquad treasure trove, right? Is that a good word?
Yes.
Well, we picked up quite a few little different things, and one of the things that we've been active for quite some time are these tabletops.
Yee!
We picked up quite a few of these little tabletops right here. As
That's
you can see,
mine.
we have this Pac-Man right there. Has a nice little LCD. Can you look at that LCD? See that? Sounds awesome, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, that's the they call it Arcade Classics. This is the number 11. Right? Picked up. Right? Has three AA batteries.
It requires 3 AA batteries.
Yeah, so we got Miss Pac-Man, we got Rampage, and we have Fix-It Felix. That's the Wreck-It Ralph.
That's Wreck-It Ralph.
Right? Wreck-It Ralph. Then we have Galaxian.
Woohoo!
This is pretty awesome.
Now, those are a little bit different. You don't have to put batteries in it. It does have a USB port, so you can use your phone charger to play these games.
Yeah, the micro USB port to it, and it's called the My Arcade Micro
Player.
Yeah, they're really cool. We're actually going to do some videos on this. She's going to do a review on it. She's going to do it, guys. She's going to talk about her toys in depth. But as you can see, she's got Pac-Man for it. She's got Galaxian.
Yes.
And she also has...
I got yesterday, I got Galaga!
She's got Galaga, so she's awesome on that one, as you can see. So she's got quite a few. As you can see, these are different from these over here. Not knocking these at all, but these are a little bit bigger. The screens are a little bit bigger, of course.
And it has the original artwork on the cabinets.
Yeah, it's the actual artwork on the cabinet. Again, these are can use micro connections to be
phone chargers.
Yeah,
they're phone charger.
So you can just plug them in and stuff like that.
Instead of having to put batteries in it.
But it still does use the batteries, of course.
Yeah, it has the battery port also.
And yeah, so she's pretty happy with those things right there. So what I was excited, because I'm a big Atari guy. You guys know they're calling me the RodzSquad Atari guy. I picked up the Atari Flashback 9. This is not the gold. The gold, the only reason I think that I see the difference between this one and the gold is that it has 10 extra games. 10 extra games.
10 extra games.
Yeah, they have 120 games. This one has 110 games. But it has like a few extra games, like I think Pitfall 2. A few of those games right there. But to me, it really doesn't matter, and I'll explain to you in a few minutes why. But anyway, it kind of resembles the Atari Flashback 8 that I got last year. Pretty same thing.
No, the Atari Flashback 8 required the AV adapter. This one has HDMI.
And I have the gold that has the HDMI
also. The gold one has the HDMI.
Yeah, I have them both.
Yes.
It's right there. She corrected me, but as you can see, I do have it both, so we're right. We're both right on this. Anyway, as you can see what it looks like, see if you could bring it a little closer. What it looks like, standard ports in the front, so you can connect the controllers to them. We're going to talk about the controls in a few minutes, right? Then on the top, it has all the different buttons to select and the different things that you have, power and those type of things.
Menu, power, reset.
It has a micro connection, so you can connect to the wall to the adapter.
The phone charger.
It's HDMI. This is not AV. This is HDMI. I don't think they're going to come out with more AV. I think that's about it for last year. And what makes this even better, and the reason I don't see the reason to get the gold, to be honest, is because it has the SD option to it. So you can format this to play games off your SD card. So you can most likely have the whole Atari 2600 library on your SD, and you can go ahead and play the games with it. So really, what's the difference other than the 9 gold? And I'm not knocking them, but the only difference is that it's wireless, right? It's wireless, and it has the 10 different games in it.
Yep.
Which again, with the SD card, that's a non-factor for me. So it's no really big deal. It goes the box pretty much. Just what it looks like real quick. Comes with the controller. These are wired controllers, right? Has Pitfall, River Raid, the standard games, here, those type of things. And this is what it looks like. What kind of annoys me and annoys us real quick is that for some reason, why doesn't it come with the HDMI cable?
No, it don't have an HDMI. We have to purchase them separately.
Yeah, but that means that this is incomplete. You're buying this and it's incomplete. It's not ready to start just hooking up and playing it. And to me, that I don't know what's the big deal. I trying to keep it cheap for a few dollars with that. then just charge us a few dollars so at least we have it complete. To me, that makes no sense.
Well, at least it comes with the charger. Last time it didn't come with the charger. We had to provide the head part to it.
But that's not the point. Without the HDMI, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
you still can't play it anyway, so it doesn't make any sense.
Thank God we have a household full of HDMI cables.
Because everything's HDMI anyway. I just want to talk about the controller real quick. It comes with 2 standard Atari 2600 controllers. That famous one button with the stick right here. It feels kind of flimsy, cheap, very cheap thing.
This one has the ports for the menus.
Yeah, this one right here. You could just have. Well, the other one had it also. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it did. It has the menu option. It has all the different buttons that you would have in the front of the
console itself.
So it kind of works. It's about I don't know, about 3 feet. Maybe
just now 4 feet, maybe. Yeah, 4 feet.
Yeah, about 4 feet. So it's pretty much long enough. I mean, it's not a big deal. Stuff like that, as long as people are not walking and tripping over stuff and stuff. Those type of things. So I'm gonna put them on in a few minutes, but I just wanted to show that real quick. I'm gonna show another one that I'm gonna also show, which is the Legends Flashback. This is another addition to the RodzSquad Treasure Trove, which is the Legends Flashback. Again, these are from Atgames, right? And it has 50 games. It has quite a few arcade quality games, pretty, for what it is, and it really didn't cost us very much. It's like $20 some odd, right? With tax, a little 30 something. It's not really big deal, but the thing that always worried us when we look at Atgame stuff is their sound quality.
It's never good quality.
It's never good. It actually looks like the Sega Genesis. If you remember the Sega Genesis Atgame, without the actual port to put the cartridges in, right? And the back it has the HDMI. Again, no HDMI cable.
Yeah.
What the hell's up with Atgames? I don't get it. I don't. Maybe that's
no HDMI in there also.
It doesn't make any sense. I mean, it comes with the power adapter, fine. But what's the big deal if I can't? What's the sense if I can come home and start playing if I don't have that? That wire. It just doesn't make sense. It should come complete.
Even if you go and give it as a gift, what if they don't have the HDMI in their house?
It just, to me, it doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're the casual kind of guy who wants to pick something like this up as a gift for somebody, and then you bring it over there and find out, guess what? No HDMI cable.
Can't play.
Does that make any sense? I'm just sorry. Just the way I feel. Whatever. But yeah, no slot to put a cartridge in. The power and the menu. Then you have the ports right there for the
There is an SD slot also.
Yeah, there's an SD slot in the back. I was going to get to that. The HDMI cable, the power micro again, and the SD slot, which is good. That's a big deal. You know what I mean? The really big deal. We haven't had a chance to really test that yet. But we did see quite a few people doing reviews on them. So we like to do our homework and see what other guys out there are thinking of them before we get into it. But it's something we're definitely interested in.
And what's up with the size of the box? Look how small the system is.
Actually, this box is smaller than the other one, as I noticed.
Really?
Yeah. Let's see. See? It's small.
Yeah.
It's quite a bit smaller. So I guess somehow somebody's trying to save the environment by not killing so much trees and doing recycling. The controller for it looks like a standard 6-button Sega Genesis controller, which is actually really good. But again,
it's kind of flimsy and loose.
I'm pretty sure the Genesis controller might work for this.
We haven't tested that yet.
The other one that I had before, that was the Sega Genesis one, did work with it. So I don't see any reason why it wouldn't. But then again, you never know. So we're definitely going to go ahead and test that when we get a chance. Yeah, but no HDMI, man. What's up with that? I mean, literally, no HDMI. Comes with a little thing and tell you how
instructions,
the games in it and stuff like that. So, the box art is pretty nice. It is better than previous ones, because it has many different games. It has some Data East games and stuff like that. But the graphics actually look really nice. So, not to bore you guys real quick, we're gonna do a quick few pictures of some of the games of the systems, and we're gonna hit you right back. So hit that. Alright guys, so what we're doing right now is we connected the Atari Flashback 9 to the system, to the television, which the HDMI and the power, so I'm going to go turn it on. And I noticed that whenever we turn this on, it takes a few seconds for it to, it's just like it's booting
There's
up.
A little delay there.
Yeah, it's like it's booting up. As you can see the Atgames
logo.
Yeah. Alright, there goes the sound. Anyway, this is what it looks like. Actually, pretty much, it's a pretty easy interface. The menu's pretty easy, as you can see.
It's all
here.
alphabetized.
Yeah, it's alphabetized, but over here you can see alphabetized. Whatever games we recently were playing. I was actually trying. I was playing Tutankhamun, Kaboom, and Frogger recently. But all the different games that you have here, standard Atari Flair, but really nice. Maybe this is a little too loud. I'm gonna lower this a little bit, right? And it's all alphabetized again. Then it has different. It'll just say Atari Games. So I'm guessing some of the games. Why would it say Atari Games with all Atari games anyway? Mm-hmm. Is that? Am I wrong on that?
Because they have some different type of games. They have paddle games. They have the Atari games. They also have the tabletop. I mean the arcade versions.
I'm not crazy. Why would you have paddle games but not a paddle?
I played the Kaboom and it worked fine without the paddle.
You know what would be a good thing? Just a thought. Why not? You could use this as a paddle also. Mm-hmm. Just make the stick that it could
twist.
Spin.
Yeah.
If the stick could spin when you're playing the paddle games, then you don't need to add another thing.
True.
Just a thought. I'm thinking. But you got Kaboom. Graphics are nice. You know, they're on HDMI. Real nice. To me, the big deal that I really wanted to mess with was with the SD. And I was trying the SD, and I was having some trouble with it. I was watching some of the guys do reviews on it, and they kind of like gave me the different areas to go to. So I went to Atari Age. Atari Age does have some downloads specifically for the Flashback 9 that you'll have to go through. There's like steps. It tells you to download a firmware. The firmware, you download it, put it on your SD card. Once you put it on your SD card, you slide it into the slot of your Atari Flashback. When it turns on, it's going to come up with a question. They detect the firmware. Do you want to upload the firmware? You say yes. Once that is done, the system is already set. You take out the SD card, take it back, load all the games that you want. Atari Age is just one of the locations that you can get the Atari different games and stuff like that. And then just download them into your SD card, then bring it back and play. Put them into your Flashback 9, and you should have pretty much the whole
library.
Yeah, the whole Atari 2600 library. So that's pretty cool. There may be some issues when it comes down to the bin, but we were having issues with the firmware update.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what it was, but every time we had to download the firmware, unzip it. Right, we have to extract the files, unzip it. Once we unzipped it, we went to put the unzipped files into the SD card, and for some reason it was kicking us back. I don't know why. I'm gonna have to keep messing with it to figure out what's up with that. But once that is done, then I get to the point that I can bring it in and unload the Atari Flashback 9. I don't know, just one of those things. I mean, nothing ever comes easy for us. Does anything ever come easy for us here? Nothing ever does come easy for us. But again, it's Atari, and once that is solved, I think we're going to have a lot of fun here, because it's just like we had with the portable, right? We got all the games on the portable. You know, some people kind of complained that some of the games right here were not Atari games. They were like emulations from like the Nintendo. One of the games they talked about was the Frogger. The Frogger is not the. I'm just going to go ahead and put it on real quick. It says this Frogger is not the Atari 2600 Frogger. This is what they're saying. It's the NES one. I don't know. Yeah, you tell me. I can't. To be honest, I can't tell. But where's the music? Didn't we used to have music on this?
No.
What do you mean no?
Oh, Frogger.
See, I'm not paying attention. Anyway. Graphically, the system does look, the game does look nice. And we're just going to go ahead and get up there. And I'm good. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Then I go back. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and pause this real quick while I connect the Legends Flashback and give you guys an idea of that.
Oh.
Alright guys, we're back. So we just connected the Legends Flashback. Same connections, pretty much. You could use the same HDMI wire and the same power adapter since it's the same company. The Atgames guys. So again, it takes a little while for it to boot. Here it comes. And any day now, guy. Any day now. There you go. As you can see, this is the Legends Flashback interface. The interface is kind of like the same, so it's no really big deal. This mainly has arcade titles. I have to admit, other than the sound, Atgames always seems to have issues with sounds. So other than the sounds, I have to admit that graphically, they don't look too bad. The games do look nice. These are the featured games. Over here, we had the games we were trying. I was trying out all the different games just to see what they look like. was just, we're just having fun, right? Just curious to see what they look like. But these are the featured games, and the featured games are mainly in alphabetical order. All the different games here. Pretty nice. Burger Time. We saw a guy who's having issues, right, babe?
Yeah.
He was doing his video and he was having issues with his...
1942?
Yeah. He was having issues saying that he couldn't get the sound with it. But, we were curious on that. One of the reasons we got this. So we're going to just put that on real quick. This system right here does have a hell of a con. And what it is very, very simple. You have to actually be here. Am I correct?
Yeah, you have to be in front of that console.
We have to be here in front of the console. As you can see, there is sound to it. To play it, I did that pretty quickly. So what you normally do is you go to this. As you can see, you have to be next to the console. Hit the menu button so you can get to start the game. You'll be sitting here all day trying to start the game if you thought it was on this. So
it's not on the
controller.
Like
the Atari Flashback. The Atari Flashback, you could get the menu on the actual controller. This one, you have to be next to the system. So regardless of how long this is right here,
it doesn't matter. You still have to be in front of the console to insert and start game.
Right. So for the arcade titles, obviously you can see insert a coin. You insert the coin. So now you got it right there. Now you go ahead and you press the start button.
And both of these game features, they both save games.
Sound-wise sucks.
Yeah, the sound is horrible.
Graphics are nice. You gotta admit, the graphics are nice. They are nice. Oh, okay. But graphically, look at, as you can see, they're really, really nice. No? You hear that?
The sound is like
what
really
is that?
It's scratchy
what
and.
Is that? No? But anyway, we got sound, don't we?
Yes, we have sound.
One of the things we didn't talk about previously was both systems have save states.
Yep.
That's one thing that's pretty cool about this. I'm spending a lot of time on this.
So you can stop the game and save it and then go back to it later on.
I'll be honest, I would have liked for it to have the turbo option. I love turbo.
Maybe
but if I can connect my
Genesis... Can you hold the button down?
If I can connect my Genesis stuff to it, I have the turbo arcade sticks for the Sega Genesis. Alright, so let's go back. Let's get back. Right, we're gonna quit game. As you can see, it does save slots. See that? So what you do is you go here, and then you pick whatever. You have 5 different save slots. So then what you do is you hit the A button to save it. Now let's get back now. Let's quit, and then you can actually go back to that game to exactly where I was, which I was in the beginning anyway. So okay, I don't know what's up with that. There we go. And then we go back to the actual menu itself. Go back, press the B button to go back to where it was. And the other game that he was having trouble was
Burger Time.
Let's do the Burger Time real quick. See if that was a problem. I didn't see any issues with that. It's just the sounds.
Yeah, the sounds are
The sounds
horrible.
are not really, really great for these.
The picture's nice, but the sound is bleh.
Again, you got to be next to the console to hit the menu.
You have to insert coins.
For the coin, then you press the start button. You can actually play the game.
Yeah.
I've never been a big fan of Burger Time. I'm not saying that it's a crappy game. I think it's a cool game. Oh no! Is he getting it? I'm spending too much time. Ah! Anyway, it's really, really, and you can hear the sound, and graphically it looks just like the arcade. It really does. It does. Let's go to another one real quick. Let's go to, again, you could save. There goes the save slot. You hit the quit to get back to
the main menu.
Press the B button, and you go back. But a couple of games. This is one of the games that I really, really enjoyed. I was actually really having some fun with this one right here. Bad Dudes against Ninjas. I remember this in the arcades. Look, as you can see, I had it saved. See, I had it saved? But I'm going to start a new game. So let's start a new game. Look at that. The New Yorker. What does it say?
The New Yorker.
Again, press the menu button, put a quarter in, press the start button. Graphically, the game looks nice. It's big. I like it. I mean, I know what I'm getting with some of these things. You know what I'm saying? Some people want perfect. You know what I mean? What are you paying for? This is emulation. You know, this is not... Got it. Graphically, I like it. The graphics is nice. It reminds me a hell of a lot. Got it. How come I can't get a knife?
Got it.
Got it. Got me some energy right there. But again, as you can see graphically, no? Looks nice, right?
Nice, very nice. It's just sound is a little scratchy, but...
Back up. Back up. Back up. That's the cheese. Look, I'm doing the cheese. Oh, he burnt me. Come on, bro. Stop cheesing. Ah, really? You know what? Get out of here. Get out of here. I'm back. I'm back! I just wanted to do that real quick. I don't want to bore anybody, but I'm just trying to give you guys a quick idea of all these different things that we've gotten recently that we've added to the RodzSquad collection. Especially these tabletops, they're really, really nice. She's going to be doing in-depth reviews of them. But the nice, man, nice, really nice. Street Fighter looks really, really nice. Strider looks nice. But sound-wise, what do you think?
The sound is gross.
The sound is terrible.
But the picture is great. It's the sound that's bad.
I mean, graphically, right? Graphically,
yeah.
the games look nice. I don't know what it is with Atgames and the sound chip that they have. As you can see, this game is Street Fighter does not give you the option of saving and loading on this or rewinding on this. They're incompatible with that game. I guess it's maybe because the emulation is strong or something like that. And as you can see, you have to load it. But graphically, the game looks great. It looks great. Look, as you can see. Oh, that's right. Let me get that in there.
You forgot the insert coin feature.
There we go. Right? Then we're gonna... And this is the arcade version. See if you can hear it.
It doesn't sound too great.
To me, it sounds like it sounds a lot like the Genesis.
Yeah. Scratchy. Actually, it sounds like it got too much stereo on it.
No? Anyway, so there goes Street Fighter. Let's go back. So I'm just going to go ahead and just do one more real quick. I don't want to bore you guys, but I kind of like the interface on this. You know, for what it was, it only cost me about $30 for each of these consoles. I got them really cool. I got them at Dollar General.
Yeah.
We picked
Dollar
them up at
General.
the local Dollar General, so that was pretty cool. It has quite a few different arcade titles. It also has console games. This mainly has arcade titles, but it has a few console like the NES, Mega Man 2. The Judge Dredd is from Sega.
Yeah.
Look like that was the Sega one, right? It has soccer, Tetris. I don't know what Philios is. I'm not sure what that is right there, but it has some really, really, really nice games. And I have to admit, I'm having some fun just going through them. It only gives you 50 right here, but with the arcade, with the SD slot, I'm going to go ahead and try them. But I've seen somebody do a video, and he said that only the Sega game seems to be recognized by it. I don't know how true that is, but I'm definitely going to go ahead and give it a shot. And once I do that, and I get an understanding as to how come it's not working, then I'm going to go ahead and just throw it back to you guys to give you an idea how come the SD cards didn't work for me before and how I got them to work. So, really thanks for you guys for being patient with us as far as the videos are concerned. Been really, really busy with work and projects and stuff like that, but a new year is coming. We want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, a happy and prosperous and healthy
and safe.
And of course, and safe. And thanks again for your support and checking in on us. As always, keep it retro. And again, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's from the RodzSquad family.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, guys.